Good job.
Hello, everybody.
Class, we have guests. Let's go.
Hello! Welcome to our classroom! We're going to count and spell 0 through 10. Let's go. 0. 0. Z-E-Z-E-R-O. R-O. Z-E-Z-E-R-O. R-O. 0. 0. 1. 1. O-N-E. 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 1. 1. 2. 2. T-W-O. 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 2. 2. 3. 3. T-H-R. T-H-R. E-E. E-E. T-H-R. T-H-R. E-E. E-E. 3. 3. 4. 4. F-O. F-O. U-R. U-R. F-O. F-O. U-R. U-R. 4. 4. 5. 5. F-I. F-I. V-E. V-E. F-I. F-I. V-E. V-E. 5. 5. 6. 6. S-I-X. 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 6. 6. 7. 7. S-E-V. S-E-V. E-N. E-N. S-E-V. S-E-V. E-N. E-N. 7. 7. 8. 8. E-I-G. E-I-G. H-T. H-T. E-I-G. E-I-G. H-T. H-T. 8. 8. 9. 9. N-I. N-E. N-E. N-I. N-I. N-E. N-E. 9. 9. 10. 10. T-E-N. 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 Thank you. Welcome.
Nice. Nice. Katie, call it.
I can have one of the kids go to the board. And listen, you guys, listen. Listen.
Wyoming.
Wyoming. Who can go to the map and show me what? Skylar. Wyoming. Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Good job.
Good job.
Listen.
Good. California.
California. Caleb. California.
California.
Good job.
Good. Utah.
Utah. Oh, go ahead. Milford, go ahead. Wait a minute. He's called me Utah.
Utah.
Good job, Milford.
Can you do Idaho?
Idaho.
Idaho.
And what is Idaho known for?
Potato.
Oh,
Good. Washington.
Washington. 81.
Washington.
Good job.
Are we just doing the western part of the U.S. right now?
Yes, sir. That's why I began. That's
Okay.
where we start. Yes, sir.
Great.
Oregon. Zaire, Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh,
Good job.
we learned a new state today just before you guys came in. We went over Arizona.
Okay.
Arizona. So who remember Arizona? Honest. Arizona.
Arizona.
Oh, good job. Honest. Excellent. Excellent. Did we miss any? Nevada? No, we didn't do it. Samaria. Nevada.
Nevada.
Good job. And there's one more. Montana.
Montana.
Montana. Ryan. Montana.
Montana.
Good job. Good job. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Ryan. did a
Thank you
wonderful
all.
job.
Thank you.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
up the good work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is split that, this is 3 and 4 year old.
I am impressed.
So the 4, and those are 3 and 4 year olds.
Right.
Hey, Miss Aisha and guests. Welcome to Miss Armstrong's first grade class, where academics
you. Okay.
Eight plus 3 is 7. 8 plus 4 is 12. 8 plus 5 is 13. 8 plus 6 is 14. 8 plus 7 is 15. 8 plus 8 is 16. 8 plus 9 is 17. 8. Yes, welcome to Mr. Cook's 3rd grade class, where born leaders are made. Welcome. By myself, by Eloise Greenfield. By myself, by Eloise Greenfield. When I'm by myself and I close my eyes, I'm a twin. I'm a dimple in a chin.
Yes. How you doing, Mr. Guillory? How you doing?
Hi.
1, 2, 3. Good day, visitors.
Welcome to Ms. Brown's 5th grade class. What road are we on?
We are on the road to college.
Justice Hill, engineer.
Brendan Brown, dentist.
Rachel Campbell, poet.
Kyla Furrow, lawyer.
Tion Gaines, veterinarian.
Willis Humphrey, lawyer. Stephen McAfee, astronaut. Tommy A. Mitchell, lawyer. Jasmine Moore, chef. Dwight Peters, doctor. Brianna Preston, doctor. Sanasia Smith, teacher.
Shania Whitaker, lawyer.
The 77 counties of Oklahoma are Ada, Alfalfa, Atoka, Beaver, Beckham, Blaine, Bryan, Caddo, Canadian, Carter, Cherokee, Choctaw, Cimarron, Cleveland, Cole, Comanche, Cotton, Creek, Custer, Delaware, Dewey, Ellis, Garfield, Logan, Love, Major, Marshall, Mays, McLean, McCurtain, McIntosh, Murray, Muskogee, Novi, O'Fusky, Oklahoma, O'Muggy, Osage, Ottawa, Pawnee, Payne, Pittsburgh, Pottertop, Potawatomi, Wichita, Roger Mills, Rogers, Seminole, Sequoia, Stevens, Texas, Tillman, Tulsa, Wagner, Washington, Washoe, Woods, Woodard.
Wait just 1 second. That's the only bad thing about this.
So no one in here wants to be a state representative or a state senator when you grow up? Yes, take a shot at you. But you learn what you're talking about, and then you can do that also.
He's our
That's a
mascot.
mascot.
Can he come over here?
Come say hi.
What's his name?
Bailey.
Yeah, say hi. Yeah.
Give kisses?
Come here.
Okay.
Come here.
Ready? Slow it down.
If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired of waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give away to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings, and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you, except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, and neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can feel the unforgiving minute, with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Thank you.
Have they learned all of that this year, or is this from
They
prior
learned last
year?
week.
Okay.
Last week. Some of them had, 4 of them had it last year. And so every week or every 2 weeks they have to learn a poem.
Okay.
And so, and I give them $1
Mm-hmm.
when they get the poem correct, and then if they don't get the form correct, they have to stay inside and miss their recess until they learn it.
And what do you do with the dollar?
Save.
Very good.
And then I would like to say I have three students in here who tested out in advanced math. Would you raise your hands? And so they are working on, where's Mr. Terrell?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, Mr. Terrell, you wanna explain what they're working on?
Well, those three, working on
Percentages.
kind of a refresher from last year. When we finished off with them last year, they were doing subtracting, exponents and fractions and getting them a little bit of pre-algebra, which is for fifth grade, well, for fourth graders, which they were last year. So we're just trying to catch up, getting their brains warm, and we're gonna get back into that to start the year. They'll probably be in algebra and a little bit of geometry before the year's out. Well, actually, a lot of geometry before the school year's out.
And this is fourth or fifth?
This is
Fifth.
Fifth grade.
But I had 4 of them last year.
Okay.
So they have high aspirations, and their goal is to go to Holland Hall. So,
Would anyone like to transfer up to Bartlesville?
That's where Senator Ford's from. We'd love to have you.
We sure would.
so they're pretty sharp boys and girls. And
They are.
so this year we're concentrating on literature and writing, creative writing, and then of course the math, the social studies, the science, and language. But they did us pretty proud last year in the testing. So.
What types of literature? What were we covering in that and poetry?
And that, well, we're doing On the Pulse of Morning by Maya Angelou. That's our second poem that they're going to learn. And poetry and literature right now, we're working on the story of Robin Hood. So they'll have, it's basically the classics. And so they have to read, what else do you all read? Go ahead.
Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
The Prince and the Pauper.
Okay. Huckleberry Finn. Okay. Okay.
Treasure Island.
Good.
Great Expectations.
Okay. Good. So they have to write a written report.
They read the full novel.
But they read the one they remember having as a young child, and we gear in on those so they will not have those problems. And that's in math, and then reading and writing. So they have excellent spelling. I think everyone in here made an A last week on their spelling test except for one. But he pulled it up. I think he made a C. So, and they get treats for for performing, just because that's what I choose to give them. And I've always kind of followed the same path, and because I started my own school in 1985, and so not much has changed other than the teachers, but the methods are the same.
Oh, yeah, so well done.
Thank you.
Now, are you looking forward to starting to wear uniforms, or would you rather, or maybe I shouldn't ask you that. I don't want to
You
get you in
can
trouble.
ask. Do you like wearing your uniforms?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, some of you do and some of you don't.
That's the same thing all day.
That's right.
Some of them, some of them don't.
But
Right.
it's your choice.
No, ma'am.
Okay, as long as you understand.
Well, regardless, we're very proud of all of you and what you're doing, and it's important, and you ought to be proud of yourself. Thank you.
Keep it up, work
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you all. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you
Good
so
to see
much.
John.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
You likewise.
Okay. Oh, I'm so
I'm trying
sorry.
to sneak around you. Oh, okay.
How many members?
Yes.
101. Something, 36 feet.
Do you?
Yeah, something.
What part of Louisiana?
Okay. Somehow, that's still there.
No, I've been to New Orleans a few times.
It's still pretty real.
This is not a western part.
Hey, question John, he said it's a first in L.
Yeah, because we can hear that January 6th. Okay. And then prior to that, it's the primarily,
Okay.
I wanted to show you two of our students we have. They start.
Okay, and your name? You know what's really nice is when someone shakes your hand and you look them in the eye. That is really, really good. Thank you, guys.
And this is the program that Ms. Brown developed, and this is the book that we teach them how to read. And Ethan, you're on J words, correct? Okay, let's read. Good job. Okay, let's go words. Long A. Good job. Good Good job, group 5. All right, Ruby, what pages are you on? Okay, let's get on into it. All right, you ready? Very good. All right, let's go. Confidence. Good. Long E. Good. Short sound. Good. Very good. One more. Long stop. Give me 5. Very good. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's go fast. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Come on, let's go this way.
This is our computer lab.
Good day, Mr. Roberts and guests. Welcome to Miss Gwen's 4th grade class. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing
last year.
Wow. How many students will she take?
She would take up to 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a cheap trip.
No, they raised the money to do it.
Okay.
It's been great.
I had a chance to do the Kenya last year.
Oh, okay. We require all of our students to have library cards. We're only a few blocks from the central library in town, so we take them out over there. We have a small library. You can see we got very few volumes here. And but we started that last year, and we take them over there just once a month.
Now, how do you take them over?
We walk.
Because you have no transportation.
So, and this is a very great location for us in terms of the accessibility to things. We can take them to the PAC, the Performing Arts Center. We partnered with the Oklahoma Jazz Hall of Fame this past year. We bought $60,000 worth of instruments for our students, and this year they are beginning to learn to play those instruments. And the Jazz Hall of Fame is right out the back door. They go over here twice a week for rehearsal and practice.
Now, this is the depot.
Oh, okay. This is where the Jazz Hall of Fame is housing.
Right.
So our kids walk out the back door and go up the stairs.
This is next door.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been to Jazz Hall.
Oh, this is great. It's time we do
We might have time.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I mean, Chuck Whistle has been great to us, including the staff.
Okay, so this is your outdoor recreation area.
This is it. We spend very little time recreating. We only have the kids for so long.
You try to.
We try to stay as focused on the academics as possible. So they get 15 minutes.
What time does school start?
8 o'clock. They get here as early as 7:30.
And then it's over when?
At 3. And then children stay over for hours.
So where we have state mandates on how much physical education in public school, charter school are exempt from
No, we're not exempt. We still do some physical education, but we don't go to.
that. You still have to follow the same guidelines because there are many mandates you can opt out of.
Yes, we can do that with teacher pay and some other kinds of things, but a lot of the actual academic side of it, the physical ed, we have to do that here too. But we found our kids to be more, we keep them engaged in going to drills and poetry and those kinds of things during that recess time, because that playtime, they can really do that at home.
Yeah.
And we try to keep them focused on.
So they're here 7 days a week, or 7 hours a day,
Yes.
and they have, what, an hour off for lunch?
No, they have 20 minutes for lunch.
Okay. And you
And then-
provide lunch?
Yes, our nutrition program, we contract across the public schools, so our meal service is brought on site.
How about breakfast?
The same as well, yeah.
So you don't have a kitchen?
But we have a kitchen. I'm going to show you what we have as a kitchen. But
Okay.
without a kitchen.
Okay, good.
But we opt out to bring the nutrition program inside to operate a full-blown institutional kitchen is very expensive.
Yeah.
And we're charged the money that we get per pupil is all we have.
Now, is it reasonable as far as the cost, what you contract with UPS?
Yes, to some degree, it's reasonable. It went up this year because we still have that relationship, so they kind of stuck it to us.
Have you looked at others like Sodexo or?
That's coming in and attending the parent meeting, and I give them an hour credit for that. In that parent meeting, we talk about a variety of things in terms of what's going on academically, what upcoming events the school will be having, and just kind of fielding their questions and concerns.
What type of extracurricular activities do you have? It varies from charter school to charter school, and what do you can see the role of those things?
So we got Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. We have our musical program that we just entered into with the Jazz Hall of Fame.
That's starting this year, or?
Starting this year. We were with them last year, and we only had the choral piece, or the choral work at the Jazz Hall of Fame. This year it would involve the instruments as well as the choral. The Southwest Harp Society has adopted the be one of only 4 in the nation learning to play the harps at this age. And they have gotten a grant from the Burnson Foundation to buy the harps and get us an instructor.
So how many harps do you?
We're thinking we're going to need roughly around about 40 of them.
Wow.
And these are small harps that can sit in their laps that they can learn to play. And they were very excited about working with them. Working with our kids because they're so disciplined. And they said, you know, you can really, the kids can be focused on what we're trying to achieve. So we're excited about that program.
Do you believe you complement public education, compete with public education? And the reason I'm asking this is if we want to expand all methods of educating children, charter schools being one of those methods, the individuals involved in Common Ed, by and large, don't like any school choice.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I help build a case both to the people involved in Common Ed and to the citizens of Oklahoma that charter schools and other options are good for Oklahoma, they don't hurt Common Ed? That's what I'm groping for.
Yeah.
Because when you walk through here today, this is almost too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you're always this good.
It's every day, and that's why I tell people, just come by. You don't have to call and announce yourself, just drop by anytime. This is what you see every single day. We have some best practices here that other public schools can learn from. And one is empowering the administration of the school and the school boards of getting discipline in the classroom. As you notice, our kids are disciplined. We don't have any disruptive children. If you don't have the child's attention, you can't educate them. And I think that is one of the primary things that is happening in most of the other public environments today, is that the kids got control of the classroom, the teacher doesn't. And that particular practice, do we compete? No, we don't compete. We can only take so many kids, like any school building. You can only enroll so many students, and you got a student-teacher ratio that's going to have to be reasonable for a teacher can be effective in the classroom. We are just a basic nuts and bolts, phonics, reading, math, and that's what we try to give the kids here, just that kind of a foundation. And if we figure if we can get them to read and at or above grade level, they'd be successful in all the other subject matters. And that's what we have done here. And all of our kids are at grade level or above grade level in their reading.
Now, the question I couldn't answer today, if someone in public ed came to me and said that.
Traditional public ed.
Traditional public ed. Said in charter schools, you probably get the best students from your community because you only will take a student if the parent will sign a contract. When the parents are not involved in the child's education, when they're involved with drugs, when they're not part of the picture, those children can never get into Deborah Grant. Not never, but by and large, they will not get here
So they would not even
because
apply.
of their parents.
Yeah, the parent wouldn't even apply, wouldn't even know to apply.
So you are, from that perspective, getting a higher level of family commitment than the community in general.
I would have to admit, yes.
So you're picking out some of the better kids from the public Common Ed.
We're not picking them.
No, but, well,
They're
they are
us.
choosing you.
They're choosing us, certainly.
So to a degree, that just leaves a less involved group. What do we call the other schools? Public?
Well,
Because these are, I know,
this
We
is
would
a
say
public school.
I refer to them
Non-charter.
as traditional public.
That's
Okay,
what I
traditional.
call them.
So that leaves the traditional schools with a less involved family unit and probably the students that are more difficult, less willing to learn. So from that perspective, you're negatively impacting, say, the potentially good students that are still in that traditional public school because they don't have the peer group that they would here.
So how do you fix that? And I would suggest that we need to change public policy in terms of having more mandate, more parental involvement in education.
How do you do that? I'd like to see that piece of legislation.
Turn the camera off. Lock them up. Yeah. No, really, because it really, I think it's parental choice. There's much choice in education we need, and particularly in the urban communities, and particularly African American communities, whether it's vouchers, whether it's
We can't have
choice.
vouchers, no problem, because of our Constitution.
I know, yes, but I'm saying every option should be available.
And I'm working on that.
Yes.
And I need help.
Certainly, and call on us, because we believe that options in education is so important in urban education, because charter schools may not fit every situation.
Right.
Someone may very well say, I want to put my kid in a private school.
Yeah.
But I can't
With
afford.
special needs.
Exactly, so they should be able to take that voucher, take that check, and the money follows that child. And I believe strongly in that, and.
But that is a long term, because that requires changing the Oklahoma Constitution.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I don't know if I'll get that done in my 8 years. We want to do some things, you know, if it's like, you familiar with the New Hope Scholarship last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to introduce something similar to that this year. I don't know who other will be introducing bills like that.
Mhm, mhm.
But to me, we've got to push on that front.
Exactly, I
Well,
agree.
I think the other thing, way to look at it is, this is a tool in the tool belt. This isn't the answer. And you'll see, Senator Ford's gonna go to Dove. I'd like for him to see TSAS.
Exactly.
And,
Aztec, if he's ever in Oklahoma City.
well, Aztec and, Seaworth Academy. And then you can see kind of the gamut of the role charter schools can play, because this is just one element here.
Mhm.
You go to TSAS, you'll see kids getting ready for, it's college prep, is what it is.
Mhm.
And they're kids who probably wouldn't fit into a traditional public school and anywhere else. And, but here they're saving lives one at a time, is the way I look at it. And,
And that's why I'm trying to build my marketing speech
Mhm.
that I can give to the traditional public school teachers and administrators on why they should embrace charter schools
Yeah.
and not be opposed to them, because you're taking some of the best students. They say you're taking some of the best students that they have in their geographic area.
And if they could get control of their schools, free up their administrators, and take out all of the other fluff, and get right back down to basics and some of the best practices that we're using, they can get the same kind of results. Those parents are choosing to move those kids out of those schools because 50% of the classroom is kids who can't read, they're disruptive. And when you can't compete in the classroom, you become disruptive. And so, and we're focusing so much on the middle school grades and the high school grades versus the lower grades. The K through 5 is where we gotta start, okay? And I'm not saying write off the rest of them, that's already there. But so much emphasis has to be put on the pre-K and the K through 5, and making sure that every child is reading at grade level consistently as they move. And if that happens, then when you get to the upper grades, they can compete. Because it's just.
there's nothing that would prohibit traditional public schools, TPS or whoever, from coming in and trying to replicate what they're doing here. I mean, they could do it unilaterally on their own, but they haven't.
Right.
They could also utilize charter schools for alternative education to address some of the problems you brought up.
Mhm.
And,
But the traditional public schools have to take the students who have no parental involvement, aren't in the picture, aren't encouraging children. So I guess those are the ones, and there's no answer.
Mhm. I don't have one. I don't know how you fix that.
Any thoughts from Louisiana?
Well, we have charter school up in the eastern part of the state of Louisiana. And they're not too keen on. Of course, we had a public school just that went down, and we had to do something with them because the state had took them over. Well, when the state took them over, they're looking to charter school, that's how well they were doing. And all of us very impressed. I got out of the legislature in January of this year, and I was there during the time we had this charter school. It's a lot of question that's on us about the traditional public school. My concern with it is when you leave your charter school and goes to public or private, how do you compete or the other, or vice versa, they compete with the kids that come from the charter school?
That is something that our parents have expressed a concern, is that when they leave here at the 5th grade, they fall off the cliff.
Yeah.
They're not landing in an environment where this kind of education
Right.
continues. They go back to their neighborhood school or their neighborhood middle school.
A lot of kids said they want to go to Hall.
Yes, and we've been fortunate to get our kids in Carter, Holland Hall, and some of the other magnet middle schools.
With scholarships?
Yes, and as well as, and we sent, oh my God, 12 of our kids last year went over to KIP. Okay, here in Tulsa. So we try to get them in as close of an environment where they're coming from as we possibly can. Therefore, they don't fall off the cliff until such time we're able to go to the higher grades.
Okay. Now, your per pupil expenditure is $42.55.
Yes, that was what we were spending last year.
Traditional Common Ed is about $6,700.
Exactly.
Now, big piece of the difference has got to be the transportation.
Mhm.
Do you have any idea how much that is? And what explains some of the differences between your per pupil expenditure and traditional Common Ed? And transportation has got to be one.
The transportation is one. I think what we pay our teachers is another.
Now, what is your pay scale versus traditional?
The state pay scale?
Mhm.
You can pull that and see what they're paying for certified 2, 3, 4-year teachers. We can pay something less than that. We can make them any offer we want. We're not bound by NEA or EA, some of the other kinds of union kind of scale. So we, because we're autonomous of all of that, we can say, okay, this is what we're offering, take it or leave it. And that has given us some wiggle room.
And you feel by paying less than the state minimum, that
It'll
you're
save
still
us-
able to get,
It'll save us some money.
but you're still able to get the quality of teacher you need.
Absolutely, because we, just looking at this recruitment effort that we did this past year, we got a lot of teachers who just said, I can't do it anymore. I can't go back into that classroom. And you're talking 3rd and 4th graders, they can't control them. They said, this is unbelievable, I just gotta get out of here. I can't talk, I can't control the child, I can't reason with the parent. So they opted to make less money, and these people opted to go do something else,
And then
but they want to
benefits,
teach.
the benefits that you offer, your teachers are part of the teacher retirement system,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, OCGIP, we do the same thing, that's open.
And medical benefits through the state.
Through the state.
So the only thing different between your instructor and a traditional public school is they may make slightly less in salary here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, you lose 5% right off the top, correct?
For the administrative.
And then
Right.
Langston keeps that.
Yes.
Well,
And
TPS
then we can go up to 5%, and we opted to continue with the 5% because we've been paying it for the last 8 years to Tulsa, but I give it to Langston.
Okay. Are all your teachers certified?
Yes, all of our teachers are certified.
Do you have any part-time or, what do you call it,
Teachers' aides.
yeah,
Yeah, we have about 4 of them that comes onto the property periodically, and our special ed, our speech therapists, we contract all those services out.
okay.
So we have kids with some special needs, and we contract those services out.
So you do get kids with some special needs?
Sure.
You can't deny anybody because they fall into that category?
No. We probably got maybe 2% of our kids could be classified maybe as special ed.
And they will have an IEP.
Yes.
So, in your lottery, of those that apply, any student can apply regardless of needs,
Exactly.
if they are autistic, if
Whatever.
and it's only the luck of the draw in the lottery that determines if they come here.
Absolutely.
Now, if you get a couple of those students, wouldn't that financially really impact your system?
But not really, because the way we work with our students, last year we had a very unique situation. We had a kid that come in who was a third grader, was not at third grade level, they was in second grade. We retained that kid back to the second grade for about 6 weeks. And 6 weeks' time, that kid was at grade level, just by having that concentrated effort of getting that child up to speed. That wouldn't happen in a traditional public school setting. That you just sit there and you just have to try to play catch up. All the parents would put you in private tutors and so forth and so on. And we have peer tutoring too, because some of our kids can have.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
It's clever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number of students per grade level, why does it fall off like it does? First grade's 57, second 46, third 30, fourth 20, fifth only 10.
That particular year, we had just begun to, the transportation issue, getting downtown, and some of our kids.
So that, how long ago was this? You were still under Tulsa Public School.
Yeah, that was last year.
Because Mrs. Brown was fifth grade class, correct?
Exactly.
Because she had more than 10 this year.
Yes. This is that's up to 07, so this is 07.
You still had 220, and you have how many now?
230.
Okay.
There are some of the programs, for example, KIP here in Tulsa, you must do the 5th grade at KIP if you wanted to be in the 6th grade.
So you'll have people or kids transfer out?
Yeah, they won't come to us at the 5th grade because they want to make sure that the kid gets into KIP. We were fortunate this year that the principal there took a group of our kids that was not in their 5th-year program. They went to the 6th grade.
Can I ask this question? I don't mean to.
No, I'm kind of hogging the time anyway, so.
Oklahoma's charter school law, we mentioned the facilities money or some type of formula. Any other thoughts, just if you could, your died and gone to heaven version of a bill, or how the law would look? Just any thoughts?
Certainly, and I've been working on it all summer. And there's some things I like to see that I think would be beneficial to all of us, and definitely on the facilities issue. And incentive pay.
You can do that today, can't you?
We can do that today, but we just got that little bit of money, and so we really
The
can't.
margins are so
The
thin.
margin's so thin, it'll break us. We like to pay our teachers more if we could. And so if they're achieving, can we get some more state aid to give those teachers who are, doing the breakthrough?
And not every charter school is the same. I mean, some pay above
Oh, yeah, certainly.
the minimum salary requirements. They're all different. Facilities, well, anything else besides facilities and that?
There was one other, and I'm putting together a white paper on it, and I send it to you.
Okay, that'd be great.
And because I was going to share it with you and Griggs and
The group.
and Dr. Destin.
Okay.
Because she and I have been dialoguing back and forth how we can get some things going for this next legislative session.
Okay, good.
Have you worked much with Senator Eason McIntyre and Representative Shoemake?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, they've been very supportive. They've been to the school, and he understands school choice, and he's took his neck out in a big way for that, and we're so happy and we support it every way we can.
Well, I'm a personal contribution to both of their campaigns because we needed to keep them in the legislature.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
They were successful.
They have recognized and realize that it's important to cross the aisle and develop relationships, and so it's a perfect situation. I'm so glad that they were able to get back in this go around. It's close. But they got back in.
Well, it was for Jabbar.
Exactly, very close.
All right. Is the Jazz Hall of Fame open now, or?
Yeah, certainly.
I mean,
You want to go over it for a minute, just take a quick walk?
Well, I don't care.
Well, we've got, do you got anything before the chamber deal?
No.
You're Robert?
That'd be fine.
Oh, yeah, let's, you want to walk over?
Well, and we don't need to take your time.
Oh,
whatever.
No, I got time. Mr. Guillory might want to sit too.
I think it's just fascinating.
Sundays when we have our concerts at 5 o'clock, instead of doing theater-style seating, we do rental seats at round tables. And what that does is that forces people, encourages people to sit down at a table and share it and make acquaintances that they might not have known. Otherwise, leave all your differences at the door, come in, enjoy some music, and make a new friend.
You have concerts every Sunday at 5?
For the most part, every Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
This Sunday will be our last of the summer series. This is a gentleman that does Frank Sinatra. And,
You do them in the winter or fall? Or?
we do. We'll be doing a press conference here coming up in the next few weeks, announcing
I guess you can go to your website and see who else is going to be.
That's correct. www.jazz.org, kjazz.org.
The Brown School and what it's.
Mr. Roberts, if you wouldn't mind, just go ahead and take a chair there, take a seat, and come around this way. You're not in camera, but come right back over here and face. There you go. So you can kind of be chatting with him there about what you thought you saw today.
So you want me to look at the camera,
go ahead,
or?
yeah, go ahead and look at Mr. Roberts. It's just like you're kind of conversing with him, and I'll just do some stuff.
You never really get used to this.
So uncomfortable, it always is. So go ahead and ask him about entering the building this morning. Tell us what your first impressions were.
What was your first impression when you came into the building this morning?
I think the first impressions were the cleanliness. I think the organization, and especially with school only just having started, you haven't had a lot of chance to get things in the normal rhythm, but very impressed. The geographic location. I'm from Bartlesville. First time I'd been to this part of North Tulsa and didn't quite know what to expect, but certainly was very impressed.
When you went into the classroom and got a chance to be introduced to the students, what was your impression of
I think the organization, the enthusiasm, the structure of the classroom, it wasn't like you're walking into an environment that is kind of haphazard. It was very planned, very organized. The students were friendly, they were professional, but they were working as a unit, and I think it shows a wonderful way to educate students. You know, one of the things I really feel strongly about in Oklahoma is that there is no one way to offer education to all of our students. We have such a variety of students and background in the states. Public education, traditional public education, is a wonderful entity, but like I say, there's no one way to educate every student in Oklahoma. I do believe that parents need the ability to make choices. That's what's so nice about charter schools, is they can make a choice, but they financially don't have to pay for it. So charter schools are so important to the lower income community. In my life, I've been fortunate to have a good job. I have always had school choice. Wherever I lived, if I didn't like the traditional public school, I could send my kids to a private school or whatever. Unfortunately, in Oklahoma, many places today, that's not an option. If the parent doesn't have the income, then they're stuck with what's in their community. Deborah Brown is a public school, but it still offers the parents an opportunity, a choice, to put their child where they think is best for that child.
Couldn't have written it better.
I don't know how much more you want, but
that did it.
I really do believe what I just said. I have 8 more years in the legislature, and one of the things I want to do is continue pushing that message and trying to find ways that we can have alternative ways of educating our students.
Well,
So-
we want to work with you.
Good.
So whatever we can do to help.
Do you have my card? Let me even give you my cell phone number, because that's by far the best way to reach me.
I'd like your card too, so I can.
Okay, great.
Credit you properly.
Or you also